Hello and welcome to the Sports Simulation Spectator. My name is Mike, and today we've got Let's Play Tennis, in which I'm going to play a learning game because I want to make sure I know how to play this game. And if you want to learn along with me, let's go. This is a release from Keith Avalone at Plaay Games. It started out as a PDF only during a winter sale a handful of months back, and they came out with a physical release. So we're going to give this a go. You know, tennis has been one of those things that uh, I've never really followed the game professionally much, but I always found a fascination with it. Going back to when I was a kid, I would play tennis on my Super Nintendo. I had a Philips CDI in which I played a tennis game where you always played the character Victor Player. Uh, and all the way up to now where I still love the idea of tennis, games of tennis, just never followed professionally. So let's take a look down here at the tabletop. Boom. And here is our box. Looks like other standard Plaay Games fare. And I got a weird shine here. Nice shiny board. I'm going to be skipping through some of the things in case you don't know how to play tennis. That's not what I'm going to be teaching you here today. The game does come with a set of cards for the 2000 Pro Stars. It is the men's circuit. So you got Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray, Andy Roddick, Andre Agassi, Juan Martin del Potro. See, all the tennis people that are coming to watch are going to get me, but I'm going to give it a shot. Yuri Novak, going all the way down to our lowest ranked Donald Young. If you notice on a player's card, they have different skill sets that they're good at doing different things. In the Nadal card, of course, my thing is going to autofocus when I don't want it to. Well, that's good enough for now. We got Nadal is good at the forehand. If it's underlined, he's very good at it, and specifically when he's on clay. Otherwise, this forehand skill doesn't exist for him. He's got a great backhand. Star means all surfaces. He's got the footwork skill, but notice that one's not underlined, so that is not. It's a skill set he has, but it's not double good. Underlined endurance, underlined savvy, and then when surface comes into play, great at hard, great at clay, great at grass. If you look at our bottom tennis player, Donald Young from the USA, he's got an all-surface forehand and an all-surface backhand. So that's everything that he's got going there. So I haven't even selected tennis players to use here in this learning game. I'm going to be taking a look at two separate modules today. One is the For the Set module. And essentially what that does is helps you fast forward to a position where someone could win the next game to be able to win that set. In today's game, we're going to be playing on grass. I wish the board had a way to be able to designate or denote what surface you're playing on. You got hard, you got clay, and you've got grass. We're playing grass today. And what that For the Set module does, there's a chart. Boop. What For the Set does is allows you to fast forward essentially to, I mean, fast forward's not even a great term because there's a module for that as well. One big thing with this game is there's lots of ways to play it where you can just sim basically everything. You can sim sets. You can sim to the next scoreable point, or you can go point by point. Today, we're going to look at For the Set, and we're going to go point by point in whatever matchup ends up coming to pass. I am going to use the 2000 Pro Stars set, and we're going to randomly select some tennis players out of it. And we are... So in For the Set, essentially what it does is you roll 2 dice, and then you look at some qualities and compare those tennis players. I keep wanting to say golfers because I've a lot of the terminology in here feels very golf-like. Even the icons on the cards kind of match. The way that it ends up working is you roll 2 dice read them in ascending order. So if you rolled a 1 and a 6, it would be a 16. And then read a chart where you're comparing the qualities. So if you rolled a 16, you'd be looking for forehand and savvy. In the Nadal case, you'd be looking at, is he on grass? No. So the forehand isn't going to come into play. Savvy is all surfaces, so he would get a 2. So Nadal has a 2 in this case. If he were playing against Roger Federer, we'd be looking at a forehand and savvy of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Federer would have the advantage. Once you know who has the advantage in the set, there's a chart that you check the status. Since it's a 2 quality advantage, Federer has a moderate advantage, and then you would end up rolling the dice again. In this case, we add them up. We're looking at a 7. Advantage player leads with a set 5-3. So we would be fast forwarding to a set of 5 to 3, depending on who is the left side of the board is the favorite. The right side of the board is the underdog. So that's a way to kind of, they have marked it white die, black die, whenever that comes into play. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a 3-set match unless somebody, yeah, so that means we should, and then, yeah, we will go to the point, 1 point, or play point by point in that final game, assuming that we get to a point where someone can end up winning that match. So that's what we're going to do. What I've decided here is we're going to roll a die to decide how many times. I haven't even shuffled this deck at all. So we're going to take whoever we get. I'm going to roll a die. It's going to tell me how many times to cut the deck. And then we're going to roll it again and tell me how many cards to count down from the top. So we got 3. We're cutting 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And Nadal's right there on top. That cut did not work. I'm going to shuffle a little bit. It's not going to be a great shuffle. We're going to take... Actually, you know what? We're just going to take the 2 dice and count that many cards down. That's what we're going to get. In ascending order, we're looking at 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Guillermo Coria from Argentina, a 4A tennis player, is our first. And our second tennis player today is 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. Matteo Berrettini from Italy. It is Matteo Berrettini versus Guillermo Coria. I will get all of my international games great. So, I believe, if I remember right, the best point by point plays the higher ranked player on the white side. So, over here, Matteo Berrettini is going to be our favorite, and Guillermo Coria is going to be our underdog. That's how this is going to end up working out. We are going to take this piece of paper and jot some notes on it. That was a History Maker golf chart table piece of paper. And remember, 3-set match on grass. 3-set grass. And we're going to roll for these qualities. Where is my decider die? It's over here. It shouldn't matter this time, but we're going to roll for it. It's a 56. We're looking at endurance and savvy. So in this case, Berrettini has 1 savvy on all surfaces. And Coria has 1, 2, 2 endurance on his chart. Coria ends up being having a small advantage. We add these up. We are 7. Advantage player leads 5-4. So we now know that here in the first set, set 1, it is Coria has the advantage, 5-4. So Coria is looking to close out the first set. We just did for the set, point by point. So the rulebook does recommend that for simplicity's sake, odd-numbered games, that's what the little blue die here is for. This comes with a little blue piece, typical board game piece, but if you've never used one, we're using that to decide who does the serving on a game-by-game basis. And odd-numbered games are going to be served by... So this is actually, let's see, this is going to be game... Did I write the right thing? Yeah, 5-4. So this is actually going to be game 10. Coria is going to be our server. This is game 10. So it's even numbered games are served there. Scoring track, we got set. We got performance chip. Serving player gets a bonus chip at the start of every match. So performance chips, if you've ever played a play game before, are used for giving your player an advantage at a moment's notice. In Let's Play Tennis, you're able to extend the return shot range or extend a winner range up by 1. So I'll explain how that kind of works here in just a moment. To the best of my ability, we might have to work through some of it as I'm learning. There is the caveat that no player can ever have more than 4 chips on them at any given time. So Coria's good. He's got the 1 chip at the moment. You can also do a winner shot if you want to spend a chip before the routine die roll. If it turns out in a certain way, you can earn a specific type of shot. So there is a chart that ends up coming with the game for following point by point. I have also taken the liberty, at least so far, of making myself a flow chart for what happens during a serve. So this should help out. On a serve, if you roll a 12, you go to a specific chart. If you roll a 7, you're checking to see if it's an ace or if it's double fault or a well-executed serve. And if it's anything else, you're checking against their ability to... as long as it's anything else, they're good. And it goes out. Returns work a little bit differently, but we'll work through that. I have not made the flow chart yet, but I'm going to be following my flow chart here for serves, just so anybody can follow along if they'd like. So Coria, I want to make sure that I've got the performance chip part. You cannot use a performance chip on a serve, I don't believe. Extend a range, extend a winner, but for a routine. Performance chips carry over game to game, but not set to set. And no, you cannot use a performance chip on a serve. So, let's get this 10th game going in the first set. That is a 55, so it's not a 12. It's not a 7. Here we go. Is it not a 7? No. Does it match the ace number? Coria, does it match his ace number? No. Does it match his double fault? No. Is it doubles? Yes. So this is a well-executed serve. I'm going to use this decider die at the moment to kind of move back and forth to be able to track who's hitting the ball, just so I can keep track. You know, I could roll the dice down here. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't use the tray for this game. So we're looking at, it is doubles, which means it's a well-executed serve. So we subtract 1 from the return on over here. So on Berrettini's card, he has a return of 2 or 4 to 7. that's going to mean that this is actually going to become a 2, 4 to 6. So his range is actually not going to be as good because it was such a good serve. On that serve, we only subtract if it's a well-executed serve. And now we roll the dice for the return. So Berrettini is returning. That is an 8. That is nothing. That is just a regular return. Like I said, I don't have the flow chart yet for the returns built. But if it's not, the player's going to make an attempt to return. If it was well executed, the range is smaller. So since it's not inside of this range, I guess it's probably an ace. Return players is a 2 to 7. Doubles were rolled. That makes it 2 to 6. If it's a failed return, a 4 to 12, 7 to 12. Yeah. So that is actually just, maybe it's not an ace, but it is a, oh, we are tracking games here. Whoop. And nope, there. And there. There. Ha. There's just nothing to track sets. Okay. So that is point for Guillermo Coria because Berrettini was not able to return that. Actually, hold up. Nope. Let me make sure I'm getting that right. On a 7. Oh, it has to be a 7 to be able to check the winner roll. So otherwise, it's just a regular return. This is a serve. We're looking at a 6. All right, that's a hit. Over here to Berrettini. That is a 10. And he's unable to return again. Right? On a roll of 7, you check the die. If it's not a 12, it's not a 7, they try to return. If the range falls within, if the roll is also doubles, it's well executed. Otherwise, they fail to return it, and it's points. That is another point for Guillermo Coria. Serve. That is a 12. So we got doubles. I don't know why I keep going to the tower for him. That is a well-executed serve again. And Berrettini gets a 2. That is a well-executed return. So how does a well-executed return work? Let's check this chart. Maybe this is faster. Doubles on return. Well-executed, difficult to return shot. Reduce the return range to a 7. When double 6s on serve or return or winner. Did I roll double 6s yet? I might have. I might not have. So it looks like there is double 6s. Oh no, my flow chart is missing double 6s. It's okay. We've got a return. So this makes it a 3-7. It is a 6, and that is a return for Coria with a doubles. So it's 4-6 over here. 4. We got a rally going. That's an 11, and that ball is unreturnable. And that's a point for Berrettini. Serve for Coria. That's a 12. So what happens? What did I just say? Double 6s on serve. Roll again on the unusual results chart. Unusual results. This is a serve that's unusual. An 8. Foot fault is called against the serving player for stepping on the line. Roll die. If it's odd, it's a double fault. It is a double fault, and that is points for Berrettini. You know what? We're just going to track this with my finger. I like using the tower better. 30-30. That is another set of doubles. That is a 6. Well executed over here. We got a 4-2, a 4-6. That's a 5. He's good. Return. That's a 6. It's good. Berrettini. 6 is good. Coria. That's a 9. And that is out. Berrettini takes the lead. It is 40-30 Berrettini. Coria for the serve. 3. Double fault. And that game goes to Berrettini. We are now at 5-5. You need to win by 2. We're going to be looking to go to 7 if need be. And then point by point. Serving player gets a chip. So we didn't use a chip last time. Let's try to get a chip in this time. So we're looking at aces are for Berrettini. That's a 3. Nine, no good. Point for Berrettini. 4. I'm going to follow my flow chart. Is it a 12? No. Is it a 7? No. Does it match the ace? No. Is it in the double fault? No. Is it doubles? No. Opposing player gets a chance to return. So here we go. That is a 4. That is a nice return for Coria. Winner only comes into play. The specific winner shot only comes into play if it's a 7. We've not rolled any 7s yet, so that's what we're going to do. So we're looking at a return here for Coria. That's a 5. Good return over here. 8. Coria's good. He hit back. Berrettini with a 4. Coria with a 9 or 7. That is a good return. Berrettini with a 7. Good return. There's double 8s. And that is well executed on a return because it's doubles. And it's in his range. Well executed. So we're taking 1 down here for Berrettini. Makes him 4-6. He's got a 7. He's going to spend that chip to put it back up. He's at 4-7. Berrettini with the return. Coria with a 7. Berrettini 8. And that ball is out. Berrettini's unable to return. That is points for Coria. Served by Berrettini. That is a 6. Coria returns, doubles, but it's a 10 and it's out. Can't extend. Coria is unable to return. Not Coria. Berrettini. Berrettini with the serve. 7. All right, so we've got our first 7. Yes, it's a 7. Does he have matching quality? Here's our chart. Serving player rolls a 7 and has the appropriate service quality. They get a chip. He does have grass, so he gets a chip. Good job, buddy. When a player rolls a 7, if the player has the key quality indicated on the die, they make the serve and earn a chip. If underlined, get 2. So does he get 2 chips for being on grass? Wow, look at that. Berrettini gets 2 chips for being on grass and being underlined. And we're just serving. So there's our serve. We're looking for a roll for Coria. It is a 5. That's in the return. Berrettini to return. 4 is good. Coria. 7. So Coria rolls a 7 on the return without my flowchart. We're going to check against his color. So we're looking at the black die. It's a 4-hand, and Coria does have a 4-hand. They get a chip because he's got the 4-hand. Does he get an attempt to do a winner? If they have the quality underline, they make a good return and earn 2. If the return player does not have the key quality or does not apply the service. Okay, so Coria's good and is making the return. Berrettini does not get a shot at a winner. That is a 9, which is outside his range. So that's a 9. And how many chips can you spend on a turd? Does it say? Okay. Well, Berrettini knocks it out, or unable to return, whichever way you want to call it. And Coria goes up. Berrettini has an 8, and that is an ace. Point Berrettini. 6. Coria with a return. 8. That is a good return. Berrettini. 5 is good. Coria. 11 and is unable to return. That is another game for Berrettini. He finds himself up 6-5 after Coria had the advantage in our initial set check. Or whatever they called it. They call it. I'm going to get the words right. For the set. Go back to our point-by-point chart. All right, we are back here to Coria getting ready to serve. Coria serves. As an 8. Come on out, die. Berrettini with an 8. He spends a chip to make the return, an 8. Coria. 10, and that is out. Point Berrettini. 15 love. Coria serves. 8. Berrettini. 9. Unable to return it. That is 15 all. Coria with a serve. 7. That's a 7 serve if it's yes. Does he have the quality? We are looking at a 3, which is a volley check. He does not have volley. So down here, we just go down to the opposing player making a return. Berrettini with an 11 and is unable to return it. Coria takes the advantage. 30-15. 4. Berrettini. 10. Unable to return again. And Coria is on the verge. Looking here at a 4. There's an 8. We're spending that return for Berrettini. That's a 3. That is a good return for Coria. That's a 6. It's Good. Coria with a 12 and is unable to return. Berrettini on the ropes and is able to get it back to 30 or 40-30 Coria. That is a doubles serve. His doubles, we're taking one away from his return, so it's only going to be a 2-6. And it's a 10, and that game goes to Guillermo Coria. Someone remind me. I'm not live, but someone remind me. If a set reaches 6, it goes to tiebreaker. The next player to serve only serves 1 point. Then they alternate. The tiebreaker goes until someone has 7 points and is above. So in this case, Berrettini is going to be our tiebreaker. That's interesting. I don't know how that's supposed to work. I guess it's tiebreak shot 1. Yeah. So we've done none so far. Berrettini gets a chip for serving. Seven. Nothing. Coria with a return. 8, which is a good return. Berrettini. 7, good return. Coria. 9. He spends a chip to return. I think I had a 7 and I should have done something different. That's a 7, so let's see. We're looking at a 7 check for Berrettini. It's a white 4. Does he have footwork? He has double footwork, so he gets 2 chips. Somebody should have gotten a 7, and I'm realizing it now, but that's okay. If you roll a 7, check it. If they have the quality shot and a chip, if the return player does not, it's weak. So it's not a weak return. Okay, now I think we're getting there. Berrettini has it, so he gets chips. If he didn't, it's a weak return, and Coria would have a winner opportunity. So I think I messed that up somewhere in here earlier. But that's why this is a learning game. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. All right. So that's a return here for Berrettini. Coria with a 7 of his own. So we are looking at a 4. Does he have footwork? He does, and that's 2 chips for Coria. He's got 4 chips now. Berrettini, 7. Another 7. So we're looking at white, which is a 5. Endurance. He does not have endurance. So it's a weak return for Berrettini, but weak for return for Berrettini, which means we're looking at a winner shot. That is an 8. That should be a winner. I want to make sure I'm getting them. This is my first one that I'm paying attention to and getting right. When a winner shot, roll them and add them together. If it falls in, it's a winner and it's a point. Otherwise, they lose the point. Winner shots are not returned. Okay. So that's tiebreak 1. And Coria has the advantage. Now we are serving Coria. That's a 9. Berrettini with the return. If the dice move. I don't get it. That is doubles on a 2. On a return for doubles. Is a well-executed shot on a 2. Coria, well-executed. He's only going to have a 3-7. He's got a 3-8, and he's going to spend the chip to be able to keep everything clean. Berrettini with the return. That's a 6 in the range. And so that's going to make this a 3-7 over here on Coria. It's a 6. He's in the clear. Berrettini. Come on, Dice Tower. I don't know what your beef is. I need to put a camera in there. 5. We got a good return. Coria with a 10. He's unable to return that. That is a point for Berrettini. Coria serves again. It's a 9. Berrettini. 7. We're looking at white. Does he have 4? Footwork. Yes. So he gets a chip. Coria. 5 with the return. Berrettini. 10. Oh no. I need to know about these chips. Can you spend more than 1? I'm guessing not. Oh no, there's no limit to how many chips a player can spend at one time. So a player with 3 chips can in fact spend a chip to convert a range to a winner, and then use the 2 after the fact if needed to exchange the winner. Note, a player doesn't have to spend chips to extend the range. They can instead choose to concede the point and save the chips for later. So we're going to spend 3 chips here on Berrettini to see how that works out for him. That's going to take him up to a 10, which means he returns the shot. Coria is going to roll for a winner, so he's spending a chip to turn this into a winner. Wait, do you have to extend the range to turn it to a winner? You can attempt to take a winner shot. So that's what's going to happen. He's going to spend a chip to try to take a winner shot. This is going to attempt to be winner. And it is an 8, and it is a winner shot. That is point Coria. Berrettini now serves for 2. Next question, for anyone that has the question. When you're doing tiebreaker, don't give serving player a performance chip at the start of the tiebreaker. So we should take 1 back away from Berrettini. The tiebreaker goes until 7. Since it only says don't give a serving player a performance chip at the start of the tiebreaker, do we give them every other time then? I'm going to play that we don't, but if someone has a clarification, I'll take it. Berrettini with a serve. That is a 7. 7. Does he match grass? He does. Matching surface. 2 chips for Berrettini. And then the opposing player, Coria. 3. That is in the return range. Berrettini with a 7 return. That's a 7. Which means we're looking at a 5. That is endurance, and he doesn't have it. This is a winner shot for Coria. It's outside the range, and he can't even return it. He's going to spend both those chips and turn it into a winner. That is another point for Coria. 1, 2, 3. It is 3-1. It's first to 7, right? First to 7. Man, this video is going to be brutal. But hopefully it's the same sorts of questions that everybody else ends up having. Tiebreaker goes until someone has at least 7 points. Great. So we are looking at 3 points so far for Coria. This is the second serve for Berrettini. It is a 7. We're looking well executed. Does he get a chip? On grass, he does. Right? On a 7. Oh, no, it's not well executed. On a 7, yes, he matches the quality. So, yeah, he gets because grass is underlined. We got it. Coria with a return. That is an 8. He's got no chips. It's not well executed, though, so the return is good. Berrettini hits it back, maybe. That is an 8. Berrettini spends a chip to return it. Coria, 8. Just good. Berrettini. That's a 10. That is outside the range. Goofy. Dice tower. Jeez. Never mind. I need a better dice tower. We'll 3D print something. How's that sound? That sounds great to me. We're looking at 10. Unable to return, or that is outside the range. And Berrettini, I got distracted here, and we're saying that it's Berrettini messed up. Point advantage to Coria. I probably stopped paying attention properly. I apologize for that. That's just bookkeeping on my part. So it is 4-1 Coria. Coria with his serve. That is an 11, and that is an ace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're looking at 6 points here. I don't know a good way to track points. 6 points. We'll put it up there. To 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we're at 5. 5-1. Which means we've done 6. Okay. Here's Coria's next serve. It is a 7. Does he have grass? He does not. So in this case, it does not match. Does it match double fault? No. It's not doubles. So we just go to opposing server returning. Or opposing player. That is a 4. A 4. That is a good return for Berrettini. Coria. That is a 9, and that is out. Coria is unable to return. 2 points. Is, whoop, nope, this one. 5-2. That was Coria's second. We're at Berrettini. Doubles on the serve. That's an ace. Berrettini with an ace. 5-3. Berrettini with his second serve. That is a 12. And on a serve, we go to the unusual results. It's a 5. Back-to-back aces. So I'm assuming that means it is 2 back-to-back aces. We are at 5-5 because that is back-to-back aces for Berrettini. So that wouldn't make sense, though. That's a spot where something's not going to be right. Because Berrettini only had one more serve. So Berrettini's got to go back one. And I'm going to treat it like he doesn't get that other advantage. It's not back-to-back aces. Coria's not the one that's serving. Yeah, that's the way we're going to do that. So we're looking at a Coria serve. This is 9th tiebreaker. Coria with the serve. That is a 7. Doesn't match ace range. No. Is it doubles? No. Is it double fault? No. It is just a return here for Berrettini. Oh, no. I read my flowchart wrong. Yes, it is. Do they match the surface? No, they don't. So it's just a return. Return for Berrettini. It's a 4, and it's doubles. Doubles means well executed. This is going to be a 3-7 for Coria. And it's a 2. Coria misses and is unable to return. That is Berrettini. It is 5-5. I'm losing track here. I need to figure out a good way to be able to like mark who's up or something. I'm having a hard time focusing. It was an ace. Well, again, learning game. I believe I served twice with Coria. I apologize if I did not. It is Berrettini. Maybe here's what we'll do. It's Berrettini's first serve now. That is a 5. Nothing. Coria with a return. That is a 9. He's unable to return. No chip. Berrettini takes the lead. Berrettini's second serve. That is a 10. It is doubles. So we go, is it doubles? Yes, well executed serve. So Coria is at a 3-7. That is a 5, and it's good. Berrettini with a return. 5, and it's good. Coria. 8. It's good, and it's doubles. Well executed. It's going to be a 4-6 here for Berrettini. He's got doubles. He's got to spend a chip. It's only 7s that you end up checking the traits. So it's well executed is 3-7 over here for Coria. That is an 8. It is unable to be returned, and Coria loses. It is a 5-5. Berrettini comes back. For the sake of this video now, we're going to just make this a 1-set game, because now we find ourselves at 5-5 in terms of games. No. My tennis. Jesus Christ. No, it was 6-6. It was 6-6. I forgot to write it down. It went 6-6, and Berrettini won because he ended up winning the tiebreaker. It's Berrettini on tiebreaker, wins 7-6. Set 2. Here we go. Got it. Cool. So let's try again. Let's see if we can have a cleaner second set. So we're going to first do the for the set. This is what we're doing. Chips clear. We have a 7, or I'm sorry, a 25 in this case. We're looking at backhand and endurance. So Berrettini has 1 backhand on all surfaces. Coria has 2 endurance. Coria, again, is going to be our advantage. It is a small advantage. It's a 4. Advantage player trails set 5-3. So, Berrettini is leading this one 5-3. 5-3. That means this is the 9th game. So we're looking at Berrettini serving. And he gets a chip for serving. Let's have a cleaner second set. Let's go. Doubles. That's an 8 ace. That is an ace for Berrettini. $15 love. 7. Excuse me. Is it a 7? Yes. Does he have the quality? The surface. It is grass. He does. He loves those 7s. And now we got a return over here. Coria with the return. That is an 8. It's inside and it's a double. Well executed. That's going to make this a 4-6 for Berrettini. That's a 6. And he's good. Coria with the return. 6 and is good. Berrettini returning. 6 and is good. Coria. 8 just inside the range. On the line. Berrettini. 4 with doubles. Well executed. Makes the Coria. That is a 3-7. That's a 4 and well executed. Berrettini. 4-6. And that's outside, but he spends a chip. He's able to lunge and get that ball back over the net. Drop shot. Coria. 7. All right, so 7. We're looking at his 2. Backhand. He does not have backhand. That's a weak shot. It is returned, though, and Berrettini going for the winner. It is a 7, and that is a winner shot for Berrettini. Slams it past Coria. Berrettini up 30. Love. The serve. 7. Doesn't match that. Is it doubles? No, it is well executed, though. Coria with a 3-7 range. That's a 3. He's just good. Berrettini returns. That's a 6. He's in the clear. Coria. 9. Coria can't return it. We are at match point. This is going way better now. Match point. Berrettini serving. The 3. Woo. Coria with a return. 7. Berrettini is going to spend a chip to go for winner. And it's a 6, and that's the winner! He smashes it past Coria, and Matteo Berrettini wins the first ever match of Let's Play Tennis on the Sports Simulation Spectator. In straight sets, 7-6, 6-3 for Matteo Berrettini over Guillermo Coria. That is fascinating. There's definitely some tracking that I need to work through to make sure that I'm talking about the right stuff and not doing too much talking when I'm doing this. Just making sure that I wanted to make sure that it seems like it's interesting for people, but at the same time, I don't want to, this is fascinating. I could see myself playing a lot of this, especially with all these cards in here. We've got a massive stack of tennis players. The very first thing that's in the rulebook is the tournament module for setting up a tournament and then playing through your individual games. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I could see myself getting super involved like I did with History Maker Golf. So, Berrettini has won. Coria has lost. Put 1 in the win column for Italy. 1 in the loss column for Guillermo Coria and Argentina. So that's been a learning game for me for Let's Play Tennis. Feel free to come back, check out my other learning videos, how I learned how to play Red, White, and Blue Racing, to the point where I've got myself a full fictional series going on right now. We've got History Maker Golf on the channel, and then we've got Clay Dreslow's season ticket baseball going here as well. Thanks for hanging out. If you've got any questions, corrections, comments, feel free to put them below. If you want to check out more videos, like and subscribe and all that jazz, feel free to come back later. We'll talk. Have a good one. See ya.